And with more on how the interest hike will impact homeowners right across the country, I'm joined now by financial writer Sean Cooper, who famously paid off his mortgage by the age of 30 and is the author of the book Burn Your Mortgage. Sean, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, Jeff.
All right, how good are you feeling right now, by the way? I mean, are you just, is it like a mic drop moment for you that you paid off your mortgage by the age of 30 and don't have to worry about this?
Exactly. It's nice to not have to worry about this rate increase at all.
All right, well, listen, there was a lot of panic yesterday to what was, in all honesty, a bit of a modest bump. Just how much should homeowners really be freaking out?
Well, as you mentioned, it's a modest jump, but I think it's going to kind of have a bit of a psychological impact because even though interest rates only went up by 25 basis points, we haven't seen an interest rate increase in 7 years' time. So, maybe if interest rates go up again in October, people might, start to worry a bit, but I don't think it's going to have a big impact overall in the housing market.
All right, you mentioned October. That's the next date that everyone's got their eyes on here.
Yes.
If we do see, I mean, rumor is we're going to get another bump in the interest rate. What is your best piece of advice for homeowners right now? If they're in a variable mortgage, should they lock in?
Well, I would say if you're in a variable rate mortgage, kind of take a look at your budget because essentially when interest rates go up, the banks put up prime rate and more of your money goes towards interest and less goes towards principal. So if you're in a variable rate mortgage and it keeps you up at night worrying about interest rates, then I would say it might make sense to lock in right now. And for people in fixed rate mortgages, if your mortgage is coming up for renewal in the next few months, then I would definitely consider locking in with the fixed rate mortgages because you could still get a 5-year fixed rate for under 3%, which is great by historic standards.
All right, is this an opportunity, a chance for homeowners to have a look and make some tough and some hard decisions? I know when you made headlines paying off your mortgage before the age of 30, you were in here and we talked about some of the things you had to sacrifice to get that done, to achieve that goal. Is it time for a lot of homeowners maybe to have that honest discussion with themselves?
Yes, I mean, they don't necessarily have to, give up their vehicle or eat craft dinner or anything like that. But, if your interest rate is going up on your mortgage, then if you want to pay off your mortgage in the same amount of time, you might have to make some sacrifices. So I know it's the summertime and people want to spend money, but, perhaps you can look to be a bit more frugal with your summer spending. For example, instead of staying at an expensive hotel, you could do maybe a hostel or try Airbnb and, try to cut back on food expenses while traveling as well. So perhaps you could try to dine out less often. So, you can still have fun, just try to be careful with your spending.
Yeah, listen, finally, you're a numbers guy here. Have you crunched the numbers, paying your mortgage off by the age of 30 and looking at the interest rate where it is today and where it might be going? Do you know how much money you've possibly saved yourself just long term?
Well, over the long term, I probably would have spent like an extra, tens of thousands of payments in interest. So I certainly saved myself a ton of money. So a tip that I offer in my book is pay your mortgage as if rates are 2 or 3% higher, because that way when higher interest rates do eventually come, you'll be used to the higher interest rates. So
and now you've got that cash on hand that you can use those interest rates to your benefit and invest, right?
Exactly. That's one benefit. Retirees were complaining about low savings rates. So, now hopefully the rates on savings, high interest savings accounts as well as GICs will go up. So, people can actually make some decent money.
All right. Sean Cooper, author of Burn Your Mortgage. Sean, good to see you as always, and thanks for coming by.
Good to see you, Jeff. Thanks.